Hello and welcome to another edition of the One Kindred, One Business Initiative series brought to you by the Office of the Chief Economic Advisor to the Imo State Government. My name is Kenneth Ameshi and I'm a professor of business and sustainable development at the University of Edinburgh in the UK. I also hold a chair in sustainable finance at the European University Institute in Florence, Italy, and I'm the Chief Economic Advisor to the state government. It's my pleasure to welcome you today, which promises to be a very interesting session. But before we start, I would like to invite my co-moderator, Professor Julian Zako, to say hello to you.
Hello, viewers and panelists. I join in welcoming you all to today's webinar. My name is Professor Julian Zako, and I am the Director General for Imo State Investment Promotion Agency. Please sit back and, as always, make the best of today's webinar. Thank you, Prof.
Thank you, Prof. And if you're just hearing about the One Kindred, One Business initiative for the first time, we call it OKOBI. Here is a clip that gives you an overview of what it is all about.
Susie, name I hope you some. What did you with alone? No, your company.
You see one name, Mbadu Dodo. Oh, you call Royal Company with her. Home Namuke, Wako Okobi.
Eleka Okobi. Equal to Penyamazo. Oh, Shelemania. I won't train your market.
Yabuni be Makokobi. Ngwagente. Okobi, what Matoma government he were. Iji Kochapu, I'm not wanting Madis Yagara. Okobi get killed up to Hiron. Makagio, Makon Bodogini, Nani Ariana Buruburu, Jeputan, no, you bula gino munne no monage. Ndieni, mabunti obodogi, weriki bakotaka mebuta yamma. Dika izo koko, azo, oke beke, iko pineapple, eso manonko, mabu manango, no tutu ihe ndi ozo di iche. Unu hazichi usoro eji eme ya, ka ọ bụrụ ihe ga-amịpụta ego, unu agbapuzie ya ọsọ, ga-akpọtụrụ onye ji ọkwa Chief Economic Advisor n'ọchịchị steeti Imo. Ọ ga-agbazi unu olu, nye unu ntụziaka, hazi ụkpụrụ a ga-eji mee ya ka ọ kwụsị ike ma mete ezi mkpụrụ. Ọ ga-enyekwa aka n'ikewapụta ohere ọrụ nye ndị na-achọ ọrụ n'obodo.
Biko nye m akara ekwentị ha ka mkpọ ahụ ozugbo.
Ngwa were ihe dedata ya 07013512035 07013512035 maọbụ 09114360076 09114360076. Ịkpọrọ ha ị ga-enweta ọsịsa maka ihe niile gbasara OKOBI. OKOBI wa atụmatụ bụ ịgba Shared Prosperity Government nke Distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma.
OKOBI, ụmụnna wike, ọwụ ha agha.
Great. Thank you for staying with us. Let me go straight to Izu Okavo. Izu, do you want to say hello to the audience and we take it from there?
Yes. Hello, listeners. It's a pleasure being here. We are honored to be live on this wonderful program today. Thank you very much, Prof.
Okay, great. So do you want to introduce yourself? What's your background and what is your company all about?
Okay, sir. My name is Izu Okavo. I studied animal and environmental biology at Imo State University, graduated in 2018. I met Clifford and Stanford while in the university. I think that was around 2016. Then in year one when I was in 200 level, because I was doing this social entrepreneurship program. Then where we go to secondary schools, teach them basic skills like complete ICT skills that we know, it's all about transference of knowledge. Every knowledge we had, we want to share with people, because Clifford and Stanford as a team, they're writers and they're bloggers. So they understand content writing, SEO optimization. They had a blog that had over 1 million monthly visitors. That was before the Google team took down most of the websites and all. So I studied under environmental biology. I was supposed to specialize in hydrobiology and aquaculture, but along the line, after my service here, I served in Adamawa. So after my service here, I got back to the East. I got back to Enugu because I was born in Enugu. So I was trying to find something to do because basically social entrepreneurship, it's a tough field where you're trying to create meaning and find meaning at the same time. So it's not about the income at first, but then we're looking at, okay, how do I do this? And then I got some jobs then, but then I didn't see myself doing these jobs in the next 5 to 10 years. And I didn't want to be in that position where you do something and you're whiling away your time.
So
And
how do you how do you explain social enterprise to somebody who doesn't know about it? I know it's a concept, but if you want to
yeah,
break it down in a way that the person on the street can understand it, how would you describe it? What is it all about?
okay, it's about creating a business or an enterprise with the aim of solving problems in the societal problems that affect people and also impacts people. It's about affecting the culture. It's about affecting the social space. It's about impacting, like, well, I think it's basically, I will feel anybody that wants to know what social entrepreneurship is about, solving social problems. And social problems differ, they vary. So, but then that's what social entrepreneurs do. From, let's say, communities that have challenges to innovative solutions to basic things. Like, let's say I served in Adama, and while serving there, I realized that most of the students, as much as they were taught computer, they don't know how to operate the computer system. So I went there with my laptop. So I was tutoring over 30 students every week, Fridays and Saturdays, every week to know how to use Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, like the basic ones they could do, and then Microsoft Windows. So it's all about just passing a skill or impacting a community or solving a social problem. So that's what social entrepreneurship is all about for me.
So what you're saying in essence that it is different from being an NGO, in this case, non-governmental organization, which is largely dependent on grant and other support. But for a social enterprise, it is about solving societal problems using business or market solutions. Is that a fair way to position it?
That should be a fair way to position it. But then as social entrepreneurs, they always look for grants. They're always looking for yes, definitely. They're looking for finance because most of the things a social entrepreneur wants to do, they can't always do them themselves. Like, oh, you have a community that don't have access to good water supply, clean water supplies, and oh, you want to do this thing for this community, but most of the time you don't have the funds. So you need grants. You need to attract people that will be interested in that community to do that for them. So
Okay,
it's a
fantastic. So how then did you move from there to what you have now? So the name of your company is it Julob? Julob.
yeah,
How does it pronounce?
it's Julob. It's Julob.
Okay,
Julob.
so
Julob.
okay, so how did you move from the social entrepreneurship approach to this Julob?
Okay, so sometime in 2021, I think I was my cousin recommended that I learn video editing 2021. I was in Asaba, Delta State then. So he said after I was after my service here, I was trying to find something to do. He said, okay, go and learn video editing. It's a skill you could learn. So I came in contact with a man called Stephen Onaji Onche. He's an AMVCA award winner. He did Ide Mili and Oshimili, and he's an excellent as an effects editor. So I saw some of his work. I was like, wow, I would like to learn from this man. So that year, I remember I saved some money from my service here. So I called him. He said that he doesn't take students and all. So it was a battle of try. I really want to learn these things. And then I remember he took me up. I had to go to, I moved to Enugu August 2021. That's when I started learning video editing. And while learning that, I was always in contact with Clifford and Stanford. I was now sharing, oh, this film space is something, this entertainment space and film space is something that is viable because I know they were also interested in film before now. They were always interested in the entertainment space before now. So it was more like, oh, we have a shared interest, a common interest, and that's creating content that could affect or impact the community as much as we make money from them because the content you create entertains people. The only way you get satisfied as size entertainment is the money that comes in. So that's how sometime in September, we're talking about, oh, how do we come up with a name? And we start because all of us are web savvy. So we had to start shaking names. So one of these we're like, oh, what name could we do? I think it was in July. That's when we started talking about why not first form a brand. We first registered this as a business name in July. And then sometime November 2021, we registered it as a limited liability company. That's Julob Entertainment Limited. The website is julob.com. So the idea was an entertainment company, not just focused on film, but focused on every branch of entertainment that we could, because there is always the new media. There is always a system that something new comes up in the media space. Because first we started as Julob Media Consultancy, but then while along the line we realized, oh, media consultants, as much as it's good, we want to get involved in the entertainment space as a whole. That's when we restarted as an entertainment
So how many
company.
of you are involved in this?
Okay, at first it was myself, Clifford, and Stanford. But then along the line, because you get to share your vision, your plans with people, and Nancy came on board, and we have some other friends that are part of this team more than the people here. We have Pascal, we have Priceless, we have a lot of people now that are part of this team, and we're trying to push the brand. Like we're trying to see what we could do with this space. And so far, that's how it's been. But we are over six. We're over six.
Are you all co-owners of the business?
We just three of us are co-owners because three of us have our name registered with CAC team. It's along the line that we start involving other people. Like Nancy
Mhm,
came on board and then some other people came on board. So
mhm. Okay. So why didn't you look for your regular jobs? You know, some of your mates would have gone to look for jobs in banks or oil and gas or telecoms. What, did you consider that or you didn't?
I actually got a job in a bank, Heritage Bank in Asaba.
Hmm.
Well, I realized that I was just, truth is, anything I want to do, I look at, oh, 5 years from, okay, 2 years from now, what can I get to with this thing I'm doing? 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 20 years from now. So I check this and I picture myself in the future to see, okay, will I be satisfied? Will I be happy? And I realized that the finance sector, because I studied, assuming I did accountancy or business administration or something, I'm in the banking sphere, it's going to be a different story. I studied animal and environmental biology. So I was supposed to have a poultry farm somewhere, rare cattle, something like that. But then I learned, or I know how I worked in a poultry farm before even getting admission into the sky. I managed the poultry farm for a period of 1 year and 6 months. I worked in a catfish farm, an aquaculture. So I have all these experiences, but I realized that as much as these things are really good, this is not a sphere I want to like. This is not something I want to do at this peak point of my life. Maybe in retirement, I could do this. When I get to 70, 80, I could have a fish farm, a poultry farm. But at this peak point of my life, and I feel I want to groom people. I want to grow as a creative. I want to grow like in a creative space where not just creating, but then I'm also imparting people because I feel that knowledge is always transferable. So whatever you know, it can be transferred to the next person and to the next person, and in that way, it goes beyond, over and beyond yourself that even came up with the idea.
Okay, before I bring in Professor Juden Zako, I want to understand you in a layman's language here.
Okay.
What is this business? Who is your audience? Who is your customer? Do you understand? So
Yes.
I'm still struggling. It's about entertainment, but I can't see the customer here.
Okay. So, do you have YouTube on your phone?
YouTube, yes.
Yes. So, YouTube is a space. I remember it was founded sometime in 2006 by very young people. And they started, oh, how do we do this thing and all and all and all. At first, I realized they didn't even have a plan they didn't know what their audience were. The three guys that came about the whole YouTube thing, they didn't know who their audience were. YouTube is one of the biggest platform right now that pays. It's actually the only sector, like say the only sector now that filmmakers in Nigeria are gaining from that. The major, sorry, not the only, the major sector that filmmakers in Nigeria are earning from. Currently, I'm in Asaba. This is the first time I'm producing a film in Asaba. This is the 12th. I'm on set while on this call. So uh it's that space. So the entertainment space we're looking at fame, the music space, the sports space, the media space, every form of entertainment, because I know all this sport involve young people, and our audience are basically young people. Because everybody wants to know, oh, what's the music that's trending? Oh, what's the latest film online? Oh, like some few weeks back, we were talking about To Kill a Monkey. It was on Netflix. It was everybody was talking about Obos, Obos. If you're in that space, you must have seen something that had to do with Obos or To Kill a Monkey. It was a film
No, no,
shot
let me understand
2020.
the issue here. Are you suggesting by any stretch of imagination that you want to be a YouTube in future, something like that? Are you creating another platform? Is that what Julob is all about?
Okay, Julob is multifaceted. We were working around, we registered a platform called Kiriwe Technologies. Kiriwe, the Igbo word for Kiriwe, just watch. I mean, it translates here in Igbo. That's just watch. I hope I can speak Igbo, so just watch.
Yeah, feel
So,
free. Yeah, I'm not thinking better that
so
way, right?
that
So people
that
can
that just
understand.
watch. Because that was, we registered this in 2022 also, because we realized the fact that as much as Netflix is wonderful, Amazon Prime is wonderful, YouTube is wonderful, we need something that is indigenous. That's how we came up with Kiriwe, although we've not launched it yet because it's something bigger than, at this point, it's quite big, and we need a lot of content before we could launch Kiriwe. But we are looking into that space like that because truth is, people watch film on a daily basis. There is no day something is not playing, either on African Magic, on a telephone device, or something. And now film has been made mobile. So I think Clifford will always say, cinema in your pocket. That's the word for Kiriwe. The cinema in
Okay,
your
Kiriwe.
pocket. So you
Okay, Kiriwe
just,
means to watch. Ikiri something, right? To Ikiri.
yes, yes. Well, it's spelled Q. We stylize it with Q, not K.
Okay. Okay.
Q-I-R-I-W-E.
Okay, fine. So, Prof, can you help us understand what they're trying to do?
Um, I think you have a wonderful concept here. But I do not want to believe that Julop is all about you. I like to believe that the other members, they've got some skill set that supports your vision, the company's vision. Am I right in saying that?
Yes, yes. This is a team. It's a
Right.
team.
Yeah. So how long did this Julop Entertainment? How long have you been in business?
Since 2000, registered in 2002, but then we started officially sometime 2003. That's when we did our first feature film that is on Prime Video and Apple TV.
You mean
Okay.
2022 or 2023?
We registered as a company in 2022, but then we
Okay.
officially 2022, but then we started officially because it's about having an idea and then reserving that idea and then taking a step towards, like, putting the step foot forward, investing in your idea. So we started investing in Julob in 2023. After the registration and all, we started investing in 2023. And we started planning, though we started planning the film 2022, but we finally did the film and it was released on Prime Video 2024.
Right. Okay. So you're just barely about 3 years old now. Um, so you, because the entertainment industry, as an entertainment company, is quite huge. Entertainment industry is quite a huge area, and you're there as an entertainment company. So what area of entertainment business are you involved in? Because what we like to do on this platform is to straighten up what you're doing so that other young people, the audience will understand your business, and other young people can also find out how to, if they can, uh, learn from you. So I really want to know. I know you are into video editing. Is that all you do as a company?
No, that's not all we do as a company. We also produce films. We also do event productions, live streaming, and basically what's uh obtainable here in the Southeast, from film production, event production, music video shoots, and anything that has to do with videography. Basically, that's what's obtainable here in the East right now. That's more like our area of focus in the East, as much as we plan on diversifying. But due to the place we are, this is what we could get paid from, events and filmmaking.
Right. Okay, that's good. It's much clearer now. So now Three of you are involved in, or six of you are involved in this at the moment. So you create jobs for yourself. How about supporting income? Are you making enough from that business to support yourselves?
Yeah, so far, I think this year has been good, unlike other years, because it's a growing business. This year has been good. As much as we don't have, I would say we don't have enough. We've not done the job as regards Imo State so well, because as much as we are running Julob as a group, we also have other things we're trying to do to support ourselves. And because Julob is still a baby, let's say a child, 3 years old child. So before this, we need to support the business. So we've been doing by the side, we have other side hustles we do to support Julob. So, but then this year has been good I would say it's been a good year for us.
Right. So would you then say entertainment business? It's that kind of business that young people, young graduates can get together and get themselves involved in order to make a living.
Yes, definitely. Yes, definitely. I know Stanford and Clifford would answer this more than I would do, or Nancy, but yes, definitely. Something young people could involve themselves in. But then it's not the quick, because people jump into a business because about the quick bucks. Entertainment space is not about the quick bucks. It's about learning the space first, understanding what works for the ecosystem, the environment you find yourself, and knowing how to plan yourself around what works in that environment.
Okay, so what experience would you then, challenging experience, would you want new entrants to know about? If I want to get into the entertainment industry, want to do exactly what you're doing or similar, what would you say are your current challenges that people can learn from?
Okay. My co-panelists are also allowed to, or they're going to be asked questions along the line, because I would love for them
Yeah,
to share
yeah,
their
they
own
can come
experience.
in. They can come in and take some of the questions if they want.
Okay,
All
okay.
right.
I was,
So,
yeah.
sorry. Hi, hello everyone. I'm
All right.
Nancy Matthias precisely. So I feel like I'm in the best position to actually answer that question. So, once again, thank you so much for having myself and my team on board. It means a lot to us, even as a brand. It means a lot to us. We do not take this opportunity for granted. Okay, so entertainment itself, I know that. So first, let me start by saying I'm a practicing filmmaker. I live off film. I live off entertainment. I do entertainment for a living. So let's say when I do not get a job, I will feel bad. Yeah. So entertainment is my work. Do you understand? And by the grace of God, I've had opportunities to work with industry experts, even from the West. So now, and even I've done international projects like Z World and all of that. So now I'm going to say that every organization, every industry, every firm has a disadvantage. So for everything that has an advantage, there must be a disadvantage. Let's not lie. So as creatives, one thing I would say is our biggest challenge is everybody's going to expect me to say finance, but I'm not going to say finance currently. I'm going to say one of our biggest challenges is piracy, number one. Then, secondly, support. I'm saying support in the sense that it's one thing to have vision, it's one thing to have goals, it's one thing to dream big. I'm a big dreamer. Izu is a big dreamer. Clifford is a big dreamer. Stanford on this call is a big dreamer because if you check the caption and all of that about all of us, you see that Stanford is a tech bro. Okay, so as a tech bro, if you ask him why Stanford, since I know them, since when they've been bloggers and all of that, they've been creating. But how many of their pieces have made it to mainstream media? If you ask me, and I'm going to say it's because of lack of support. So I'm saying, oh yes, we want to make films, we want to we are in entertainment because obviously we want to do big things and all of that. Entertainment is not for the weak. Let me start by saying that one. So if you feel like you're not audacious enough, this industry is not for you. This industry is for people who are willing to outdo themselves. Entertainment, everybody, when people hear, oh, you're a filmmaker, everybody goes, oh my God, oh, you do film for a living. Meanwhile, you can go on set and film for hours. When I mean hours, I'm saying 12 hours stretch. He's currently on set. You can ask him how he's currently coping. So when you ask that, oh, are there disadvantages in the industry? Yes, they are. You have long stretch hours, you have all of that. But if you now ask me, are you willing to leave this industry with all the things that your eyes have seen? I would say no. This is an industry that I'm going to stay in, and I must actually see the result at the end of the day. As a young person, as Julob Enterprise itself is, with how small we are, we were only like 3 years in the business, but we've trained individuals. I don't know why Izu is trying to maybe be humble or something. We currently, I'm sure they are still training people, because what we do is we are young creatives. When I say creatives, we are young people that make films. We make entertainment. I'm a graduate. I studied media and mass communication management, and I also went to film school, and I studied filmmaking, directing, and producing. If you ask all of them now that are they giving back to the society, they will say yes, 100%. And if you ask them why, if you ask, let me speak for myself now. If you ask myself and my team why we are doing film and why Julob is in Imo State of all places, let me say this, that we are planning Imo If. This is going to be like a third edition. Imo If is a film festival that happens yearly in the East, like in Imo State itself. If you're asking us, if you ask Izu, even one time I asked him, I said, Izu, why are we doing Imo? Why are we having a film festival in only Imo State? And then the Imo State that we are doing it, I was telling him, I said, imagine if we're doing it for all the eastern part of Nigeria. We go there, chill. Do you understand? And he says something, we want to tell authentic stories. Nobody can tell our stories like we would. When I say nobody will tell our stories for us. We have stories.
Okay.
Sorry, sir, are you saying something?
Yes, Nancy. Basically, all I wanted to know was just to find out challenges, the areas that you are having challenges at the moment. But you have also stated that support and piracy are the areas that currently are challenging to you. So we talked about support. What sort of support were you referring to?
All right. So, for example, as people who make stuffs in the East, we would appreciate it if we have support from like the upper hands, allies, the government itself, people in power. For example, for example, now I'm using the film festival that's coming up as an example. If we have people supporting us, the event will make more sense. So I'm saying support, like we want individuals to support our goals, support our dreams, and also support us with finance.
Right. But you have to, you know how it works. You'll have to have strategy in place, how to attract that finance. But anyway, that probably will be a discussion for another day, because the office of the chief economic advisor is there. And if you're an OKOBI business, there's so much so much support you can get from that office. And even the office of the Imo State Investment Promotion Agency, you can actually get support. So, but you need to put yourself together and approach that office. There's a lot of support you can get to grow your business. Just before I hand over to Professor Amechi, I'd like to just make a comment about what Izu said earlier on, commencing the business as a social enterprise. But now you've kind of veered out from that. Or I would have thought that because of the business you have chosen, the entertainment industry, it would have been easier for you to combine or project yourself more as a social entrepreneur, and that would, you can also bring in the entertainment businesses in it, where you can begin to look at societal problems and profile solutions through entertainment. But anyway, that's just for you to think about. I was thinking aloud was listening to you and what Izu said earlier on. So, Prof, let me hand back to you.
Okay, thank you. Before we continue the conversation, if you are just joining us, this is the One Kindred, One Business Initiative series brought to you by the Office of the Chief Economic Advisor to the Imo State government under the leadership of distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma.
Chichi baby, now you be this longest time oh. See as you dey shine. E be like say you don get job for oil company oh.
Oil company job, ke? I no get any oil company job oh. This shine wey dey see me shine so, na as a result of OKOBI.
Which one be OKOBI now? Abeg come sew for your babe oh. I need help bag.
Haba, now you never hear about OKOBI. OKOBI na One Kindred, One Business Initiative wey go help wipe out poverty and create employment for you and everybody for your community. Check around you now. Use your sense. Calculate any business where you go fit set up together with your kinsmen, community members, and even your friends, whether na rice farming, palm kernel shells, poultry, fishery, pineapple production, rabbit keeping, oil production, honey production, plus other etc. Set them up as joint business with your family and friends. Then reach out to the Office of the Chief Economic Advisor to Imo State Government. Him go guide you, direct you as you go take do am. This business go work well, bring ogbonge profit and create employment for we people.
How I go fit get them for phone abeg?
Oya, call this number. You go get all the answers where you need about OKOBI. 0701 351 2035. 0701 351 2035. Or you call 0911 436 0076. 0911 436 0076. Or you book appointment to get meeting to find out everything about OKOBI. OKOBI na the feature of the shared prosperity agenda of the Executive Governor of Imo State, distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma.
OKOBI, ụmụnna wike, ọwụ ya agha.
It's green for me.
Okay, welcome back. So let's go to Clifford now. Clifford, do you want to say hello to the audience or our listeners and introduce yourself?
Ndị be ndewo no, afa m bụ Igbo Clifford. I'm the creative director for Julob Entertainment Limited, and it's nice being on air today.
There we go. So, do you want to tell us about your business model? Because I want to understand how you make money, right, as a group. So where does the money come from? Yeah.
Okay, at the moment, our money comes from, we manage film productions for people, we cover events, we have an event to cover next weekend, a funeral, we cover weddings, birthdays, anniversaries, and what have you. We make films for people. People hire us to produce and direct and handle their entire film shoots, and we also distribute for people. And you know the way it works, you get a percentage on successful distributions. So the entertainment industry is a very vast industry, and there are unlimited ways to monetize it. We've not even we've not actually tapped into the full potential of ours yet. We also have media platforms where we publish news and stuff, and we also make money from those ones. So the Julob is vast because we have people with different talents in our team, and so far it's been good.
So if I'm organizing an event next week, I can approach you and you'll be able to cover it for me. And then
Perfect.
if there are that's the kind of business, right?
Yes, sir. That is on the event coverage part of it.
On the event coverage. This business of film making, because I mean, do you produce films?
Yes, sir. We do.
But it requires a lot of money to produce films. So how do you do that?
Filmmaking is actually very expensive. That is why we do collaborations. Like our first production cost us enough, but we didn't spend on equipment because we partnered with a company over here. They gave us equipment as and they got shares in the production. So, and that is the way we work. Like, we have an Igbo film that we are going to produce later this year. We were waiting for the rain to stop because it's a film that has to do with a river. Yeah, and we are trying to, when you film in a riverine area, that is not your location. You have to watch out for the rain. So, but for that film, we plan on doing shares too. People who give us equipment will get a particular percentage. People who come on the set, maybe the director. If the director is supposed to be paid this amount, we can say, okay, let's give you 50% of it, and 50% will go into shares. If they are fine with working that way, we work. Is the way we always work, so that when we earn, other people earn too, and it's just it. But financing film projects is never easy. It has never been easy, and it will never be easy.
Okay. So I want to believe that all of you are based in Owerri or Imo State. Is that correct?
We are asked, not all of us. We always leave in town and coming back. Myself and Stanford and Enugu, we are in Enugu, and Stanford and Izu were in Enugu 2 weeks ago. We came back. Izu is currently in Asaba. Nancy is in Lagos. So it's the film industry involves traveling a lot. And I would say that the number of times we spend outside Imo State in a year can almost be as the same as the amount of time in fact, my own house, I don't really sleep there a lot. I'm always off and on. So it's like I won't say I'm based in Imo fully. I can say I'm based in Imo, I'm based in Enugu also.
So I don't know what you think about this OKOBI One Kindred, One Business initiative. And one of the points is that we need businesses in Imo State. So how does your company identify with this OKOBI movement? And how do you see the OKOBI movement supporting what you are doing?
Okay, yes. When Izu told me of the OKOBI business, and I thought it was a good idea. First, the name caught my attention. I'm keen on branding, so I liked the name, and I researched it and saw it was actually something to give a shot. Then some of my friends independently, I had them talk about applying for OKOBI too. I have my friend who is in the Mbadiwe University. She posted something about OKOBI on her status. I'm like, wait, this thing, sometimes when you hear of things 2, 3, 4 places, you have this feeling of being left out. Like maybe you're actually the person who doesn't know about this thing. So that was why Izu applied for us, and so far we were shortlisted and we celebrated small. So, but I'm still
Okay.
I'm still waiting to tap into the full potential. But so far I see it as something very something with much potentials, because we are seeing the developments in Imo State, and this is also a part of the initiative from the governor, and he's someone we have a lot of confidence in. So we know it's something that would be worth applying.
But people say that Imo State has a very vibrant hospitality sector. Do you see any link between that sector and what you're trying to do in entertainment?
Yes, sir. Honestly, like I have an Igbo-centric Twitter page I manage, and one of the things I always say is talk about is how we need to turn Imo State to the Las Vegas of Africa. Because the truth is, when people know you, like Enugu now, we know Enugu for having good food. So, okay, Port Harcourt, for instance, there is this Bole festival they do in Port Harcourt. Normally, Bole is street food, but if people know that every year Port Harcourt people are going to do Bole festival, they will enter flight and come to eat Bole. What is Bole? Beans and plantain. I eat it almost every day. So that is why we need to turn Imo to the Las Vegas of Africa. The Imo has a lot of places that we can actually make people come visit. There is this the Oguta, even the Akashi Tower here. I went to Akashi. The video I made there, is still selling. People are still watching it every day. So because the potentials in Imo State are really untapped, and I think part of what we need to do is our branding. And like I was talking with Izu, there was a film we are trying to pitch to the government that has to do with tourism in Imo State. The main story of the film was supposed to be somebody that came from the US, and maybe an Oyibo that came from US to do something in Imo and refused to leave because she actually enjoyed her life. So, because if you don't tell your stories, nobody will. And it's the major issue we have in Imo State. When our filmmakers develop, they leave Imo. When they develop, they leave Imo. No, they need to start coming home, because the audience is there. You can't know people who will be interested in your films if you don't make those films. Just give it a shot. I'm sure the Imo entertainment and hospitality industry, it's $1 billion industry. I'm so confident in that, but we won't know unless we give it a shot.
Look, what do you think should be done if you had to advise both government and investors about the creation or the emergence of this Las Vegas of Nigeria, Imo State as that? What would be your advice to both government and other stakeholders? What needs to be done?
Okay, sir. I think 2 years ago, I went to Obudu Cattle Ranch with Stanford and the zoo. Now, why did I go to Obudu? Because the government put Obudu, they made Obudu look like the best thing after Enugu Oba. So we entered the car, went to Obudu, we had fun there, we came back, and these are the things I think Imo State government should do. Aside building these tourism attraction centers, they are supposed to now intentionally put out teams of people, young creatives. You cannot necessarily hire, you can just have TikTokers and stuff. They just come around, they make their videos. Maybe as a hotel, as a government-owned hotel, you can just give TikTokers a room for a night, and they make videos about these things. And when people see that, from here you can access social place, you will have fun. People are going to, okay, where will I plan my vacation for December? They come to Imo State because Imo State is actually a hot spot, and the fact they know us as the hotel hub of the country, and this is an identity I'm so proud of, because the hospitality, if the Las Vegas that we hear of is about hospitality, and people, when you want to go to the US now, one of the things that will be in your mind is, I'm going to maybe reach this place to see what it's like. So I think the government should intentionally, aside building this place, they should also sensitize people on the importance, on the beauty of these states. People are going to come around if they know these things happen. But if they don't know, if they're just hearing of Oguta Lake, and not, as my friends went to Oguta Lake, there were these things they rode, these bad things like bike on top of water. I didn't know those things were there. So imagine these people were not my friends, I wouldn't have heard of it. But this is something I was thinking of going to Lagos to ride. The pictures they took were really mad. So I wanted to take those kind of pictures in Lagos. When I saw it, that it was, you could do that in Oguta, so I said, okay, we're going to organize a group trip so it will be cheaper for us. And this is part of what I think the government is missing out on: sensitization. Like this OKOBI now, if you didn't advertise it, promote it, involve students and stuff, I maybe wouldn't have heard of it, and I wouldn't be on air today. So we can't underlook the importance of promotions and sensitizing the public.
No, I mean, that's fine. Are you in touch with the Ministry of Arts and Culture in Imo State?
Honestly, Imo State, reaching these people sometimes can be tricky. When we are trying to shoot our although when we shot our film, we had much support from the government. We shot at the Imo State Command Headquarters and with permission from the necessary bodies. But this is something most people don't know they can access. So I think maybe if you can't access these things, like we had issues accessing government agencies when we were trying to organize the first and second editions of the Imo Film Festival.
So I take it that you're not in touch with the ministry, right?
Yes, sir. We are
okay,
not.
That's fine. So it's something we can explore with you and see how we can bring the two together for a good handshake. So that's why we do this program, to identify opportunities for synergies. Prof, I don't know, do you have any thoughts or questions for Clifford?
Chris, I think I can only appreciate most of the things he said. But if I wanted to understand that, yes, government need to do more sensitization and promotion to let the public know what is available in the state in terms of tourism and hospitality. But also, it needs to be known that the government has done a lot to put some structures in place. And these structures are part of the enabling environment that the government is putting in to attract people like you to come here and invest and probably propose some projects. What IMO lacks at the moment is investors or even citizens that can come up with gigantic projects. It's no longer about funding because we have funders that can put the money together at very, very cheap interest rate. So what is lacking is mega projects that can be supported by the private sector, not the government. Because the way you're putting it is like the government needs to build entertainment centers and make provisions for that. But it will be better if this is private sector driven. And as I said, if we have investors or have people like you that can put together big entertainment projects that can be based here in Imo State, we can find the money. At the moment, we have a lot of funders got the money, they're willing to put it in place. The government is ready to back that fund, and provided the project is considered to be bankable, and there shouldn't be a problem. So I want you to also carry the positive message as you have spoken, and let people who are in this industry who can think big and dream big about it, and let's develop Imo State to that Las Vegas standard that you talked about. That's all I can say, Prof. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Prof. And I think we're making good progress. But let's go to Stanford now. Stanford, do you want to say hello to our audience and introduce yourself?
Ndewo ndị be anyị, afa m bụ Igbo Stanford. I'm the Chief Technical Officer for Julob Entertainment.
Okay, great. So what does that entail? Okay,
Okay, ihe ọ pụtara bụ na ọwụ mụ na manage website anyị and the app anyị na-arụ na ụmụ ihe ahụ. If we have a team, mụ ga-elekọta ha anya, mụ ga-coordinate ha to make sure these things work out, because no matter how, if you are building an app, no matter how, even if you hire outsiders, you still have to have somebody inside with the knowledge of these things to make sure you are getting what you paid for. So that is where I come in.
Okay. So where do you get your, how would I put it? Do you have from a technological perspective, right? So what are the demands of this particular business?
So far, we have not really needed big tech skills, like tech stack. Our websites were built on WordPress, which I'm very grounded in, and the app we are currently building, it's not yet out there. So for now, the company has not needed so much in tech that we will need to maybe hire big people outside or something like that.
Okay, Prof, do you want to come in?
Yes, I know we are running out of time.
No, it's all right.
Yeah, okay. I just wanted to ask Stanford a question about the apps, because I heard him talk about apps. Is it apps you're doing for Julob, or do you develop app for the members of the public to earn you some money?
Okay, so I'm a full web designer normally, but inside Julob, because we have websites. The Imo Film Festival has a website, Julob has its own website, and Popo Dam too. We have a film production company, film distribution company. It has its own website, and we have an app we are developing for Julob, because we want to be able to distribute our films to people directly, and we want other filmmakers to distribute directly too. So we are creating an app that we cut in between that will connect filmmakers directly to their audience. So that app is Kiriwe, and it's part of. So I'm fully working on the team as a Julob developer.
Okay, so Julob does not develop apps. That's what you're saying, but you're simply developing this app for Julob.
Julob, yes, sir.
Okay, so I thought Julob is an app developer because that could really make your people a lot of money. And
Yes, sir.
if I
Yes,
link it back to what Izu said earlier on, as it started as a social enterprise, and we linking that, you could solve a lot of societal problems and be making money from that as well. But in any case,
yes, sir. Sir, can I add something? So,
okay.
as a company, we have a company out on the outside of Julob that is WebEx. That because sometimes people come to us for branding. We've worked for Imo State government. We've worked for Enugu State government. We've even a microfinance bank in Imo State. Because when these people come to Julob to shoot their adverts or brand their videos or something, sometimes we pitch this website needs and they always buy into it and we build for them. So, but because the context of today's meeting is the entertainment, I didn't want to go much into the web design part. But yes, we create websites and apps for companies. We are building a website for a school of nursing currently. An Imo State owned school of nursing currently. So yes, sir, it's part of what we do.
Okay, well, maybe you could explore that more because I see that there's a whole commercial opportunity in that. Is this business based in Imo State?
Yes, sir.
Your registered address in Imo State?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, I wish you guys good luck. I think you probably need to get more younger people in there so that you can at least give them some digital skills training and your websites and your app development, and that will create more jobs and also create more money for you. Thank you, Prof.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Stanford as well. So let me go back quickly to Nancy. Nancy, I mean, I really liked your passion when you spoke, right? So, who does your business development? Because you can have passion, you can have expertise, but if nobody is out there helping you to develop the market, it becomes quite difficult. So how do you do that? Nancy, are you involved in that? Is it part of your role?
Sorry, please, can you come again, please?
I think in terms of business development, how do you go about that?
All right, so what I do basically, I just what's that word? All I do is when we get an idea and they come to me with the idea, we create a work breakdown structure that enables us, see, okay, what are we doing now? Who is our target audience for this particular project? Do you understand? So for every project we get, we work on it, like I do the breakdown and then we look for our target audience. So for example, if we are doing this currently, where do we intend to put it on? Are we putting it on Prime? Is this something that wants to go to YouTube? Is it a short film that we're submitting for festivals and all of that? So when they bring all of that, then we now say, oh, okay, if we're submitting it to Prime, for example, now how do we have these people, how do we meet their requirements? Because for every project we do, there's a requirement to be met. So when we sit down around and then we discuss all of these, then we put it out. Okay, so now when we want to create, we create based on the requirement of each project. That way we'll be able to push it out to the right audience and get the expected feedback without having
that's fine. I think what you're saying is that you're more of a project person. But Izu, who does your business development? How do you go about that? It's worth knowing.
Hello, sir. So our business development is more, we do a round table thing when, as regards the business aspects of Julob, we talk about, okay, what is our aim? What do we want to do as regards this business? And how do we plan on making money? What we're putting in, what we're getting, and how we're developing this particular thing. We just do a round meeting thing because at this stage, as much as we want to grow, I feel that we've not reached our true potential. We're still trying to find our foot. That's basically we had to make that.
Okay.
Try to find
So if somebody is listening to us now and wants to invest in your business or reach out to you for other collaboration, what number have you?
Definitely. There's a number to reach us with. Or they can
Okay, you
just
can.
visit our website or search Julob on Google. You're always going to see us, julob.com, julob.com. Or they can call 080-6528-0204. But it's easy to just go on Google and just type in JULOB. You don't even need to add the entertainment. You see julob.com, our Facebook page, our Instagram page, and the time we worked with, because at first we started with the Ministry of Digital Economy and E-Government, ITIC, with Mr. Godwin Chikebere. So before he
Okay,
left
do you
the
want to
States.
repeat that number?
Okay, 080-6528-0204. Let me go again. 080-6528-0204. It's active
Okay,
on
and
WhatsApp.
cable office, no, worry.
Office side in 28 Ewu Road. But as at it now, I'm currently in Asaba, but our office is at 28 Ewu Road. It's
Okay.
the compound that houses the Ministry of Digital Economy and E-Government. The building immediately once you enter there, that's where our office is at. But we actually go based on appointment because we don't go to the office every day
No, it's fine.
because
Yeah. So the number, they call the number and then agree an appointment with you, isn't it?
Yes,
So have you been part of this Skill Up Emo program in any way?
Yes, we were part of Skill Up. We were part of the developers for Skill Up Imo. We worked with the team that developed Skill Up Imo. I think it was a brainchild of Mr. Godwin Chikebere and the Commissioner of Digital Economy and E-Government. So we're part of the team that did most of the web parts, the social response team, the organizers. We practically with the organizers during the Skill Up Imo in 2022 when the governor came to launch the program.
So Skill Up Imo is real, right? Because some people think
It's real. No, it's very real. It's very, very real. We are part of the team,
okay.
so we could tell for
Before
the
we
fact
wrap up, I mean, I'm really impressed by the fact that you are young people, and we also want to show that OKOBI is not OKOBI is not just for old people in the rural areas. You're doing something that is smart, and you're young. So what advice would you give to young people who are listening to us and thinking about OKOBI as an option?
Okay, I think we are in the stage where everybody's in for the quick bucks. Oh, let's do something and make money. Easy, fast, and all. As much as that works, we're looking at sustainability. How is this going to be sustained in the next 5, 10, 15 years? So whatever you're doing and you don't see a 10-year, 15-year, 20-year vision in it, I'm sorry, it's not going to last long. So that's just the part. So anything you're doing, you need to see a future, how you're going to impact, how you're going to help your community, how you're going to help the people closest to you, and how you're going to help yourself as a person get better. Because film is one space that I could easily call names of filmmakers that are so big, and they've been doing this since the past 20, 25, 30 years, and those that are even late. So it's a space, you need to find your space in a space where you see a future in. That's one thing I would say.
Okay. Thank you very much, Izu. Time is it's not always our friend. So thank you, Izu, Clifford, Nancy, and Stanford. And also thank you to my co-moderator, Professor Jude Nzako, and the team members of the Office of the Chief Economic Advisor, Mrs. Jovita Agu, Mrs. Adeze Waka, Ms. Adeza Shaheme, and Ms. Uba Namani. I remain Professor Kenneth Amechi, your host, and see you next time.
Thank you, Prof.
Suzy, nne m ahụ gị bụ sọ mma. Ọ dị ka ị nwetala ọrụ n'oil company.
You see nwanne m mgbado udo dị o nweghịkwa ọrụ oil company m nwetara. Ihe ị hụrụ m na-amụke wụkwa aka ọrụ OKOBI.
Ele nke wụkwa OKOBI. Biko tupu enye m azụ, ahụchiele m anya. Ahụ m chọrọ enyemaka.
Ya bụ na ịnụbeghị maka OKOBI. Ngwa gee ntị. OKOBI wa atụmatụ ọma gọọmenti hiwere iji kpochapụ ụbịam na-akpụ ndị mmadụ isi aghara aghara. OKOBI ga-ekewapụta ohere ọrụ maka gị o maka ọha obodo gị niile. Naanị legharịa anya gburugburu gị chepụta nnọọ ihe ọbụla gị na ụmụnne na ụmụnna gị ndị enyi ma ọ bụ ndị obodo gị nwere ike ịgbakọta aka mepụta ya mma dịka ịzụ ọkụkọ azụ oke bekee ịkọ painiapụl ịsụ mmanụ nkwụ ma ọ bụ mmanụ aṅụ na ọtụtụ ihe ndị ọzọ dị iche iche unu hazicha usoro eji eme ya ka ọ bụrụ ihe ga-amịpụta ego unu agbapụzie ya ọsọ gaa kpọtụrụ onye ji ọkwa Chief Economic Advisor n'ọchịchị steeti Imo ọ ga-agbazi unu olu nye unu ntụziaka hazie ụkpụrụ a ga-eji mee ya ka ọ kwụsị ike ma mịta ezi mkpụrụ ọ ga-enyekwa aka n'ikewapụta ohere ọrụ nye ndị na-achọ ọrụ n'obodo.
Biko onye m akara ekwentị ha ka m kpọọ aha ozugbo
ngwa were ihe dedata ya 07013512035 07013512035 maọbụ 09114360076 09114360076 ịkpọrọ ha ị ga-enweta ọsịsa maka ihe niile gbasara OKOBI. OKOBI wa atụmatụ bụ ịgba Shared Prosperity Government nke Distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma.
OKOBI ụmụnna wike